Mother's expecting us.
Oh, look what the cat dragged in.
Some of us are cat people. As we all know, Tony finds out that this pussycat is actually a rat in the season 2 finale, Funhouse, when Tony finds a wire under a false bottom in Puss's cigar box in his room. You know what they say, when the cat's away, the mice will play, and the boss will look for the wire. One cat coincidence, or perhaps not a coincidence, is when Tony is talking to Christopher, and Christopher tries making up a lie about asking her what her best friend Kaisha would like for her birthday. Tony walks away, and Christopher sort of just stands there, reflecting, and in the back, you see a sign that says dog and cat grooming. I'm used to seeing dog grooming or grooming, but the fact that it explicitly says dog and cat grooming, I couldn't help but think of the feline friend that we meet a little later on. One of these things is not like the others. Here, we have a whole group of people outside doing what I presume is dog therapy. Junior, on the other hand, apparently he prefers the pussies. Now, getting to the final cat in the room. In the last episode of The Sopranos, Made in America, an orange tabby cat starts hanging out around Tony and the crew and stares at Christopher's picture on the wall all day. As we know, Polly is quite superstitious, and that applies here too.
These are snakes with fur. The old Italians will tell you, you can't even put them around the baby. They suck the breath right out.
If we assume that the orange tabby is Christopher, apparently they suck the breath right out of some little dogs too. Every orange tabby cat has a marking in the shape of an M on their forehead, and this is caused by DNA. We know there's a whole lot of talk about DNA on The Sopranos, and, get this, some believe that the Virgin Mary blessed tabby cats with the M marking. Of course. How does this go back to The Sopranos? Polly's Virgin Mary sighting at the Bing. Okay, now for the technical part. Schrödinger's cat. In simple terms, Schrödinger stated that if you place a cat and something that could kill the cat in a box and sealed it, you would not know if the cat was dead or alive until you opened the box.
I'm not a cat. I don't shit in a box.
Essentially, until the box was opened, the cat was, in a sense, both dead and alive.
It's physics. Schrödinger's equation.
We can think of this in the context of The Sopranos because we don't know at the very end whether or not Tony is alive or dead. We see the quick cut to black, but we don't know if the cut to black is Tony getting shot, Tony having a panic attack, or just the show ending. Maybe it's the audience that's dying. So, is this cat just a cat? Is it Christopher? Is it Adriana? Is it someone or something else? Well, apparently 80% of orange tabby cats are males. So, just on those statistics, it's more likely to be Christopher. But when it comes to backs, cats, cat scans, dog scans, nobody knows anything really.
Don't say your bullshit with the cat.
When we think of cats, domestic ones anyway, their domestic animal counterpart, typically we think of the dog. Whereas dogs are known for being very loyal, very affectionate. They'll run right over to you. They'll be there at your call. Cats are typically a little more complex. They might not come when you call them.
Meow.
They might not really want you touching them either. And they're not always going to tell you how they feel. Apparently, some of them have 9 lives. Now, if you think Christopher's the orange tabby at the end, It could make sense. I mean, after all, you could argue that Christopher had 9 lives. Or at least more than one. He had a close call at the end of Denial, Anger, Acceptance. Good thing he'd put up those storm shutters for Livia that one year. And then there's the intervention. His drug problem that, like Tony said, would have resulted in anyone else getting their intervention to the back of the head. Then there was the time after he shot a bunch of bullets into Tony's car. And then we can't forget when he comes clean to Tony that his fiance's been a rat working with the government. Tony could have just as easily said, fuck it, with both Adriana and Christopher at that point, especially after everything that he'd already been through with Christopher. But I suppose whether you have 1 life, 2, 3, or even up to 9, it's not an unlimited number. Eventually you're going to run out of chances. Now, what do you think about all of this?
They have both male and female sex organs.
No, Polly, I'm not talking about snakes. I'm talking about cats. They're not just snakes with fur. Thanks for watching. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to hear from you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Sopranos Blueprint if you enjoyed this video.